Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Mind Matters. We do apologize for the lack of videos over the course of the last month. Unfortunately, I was bedridden. I wasn't able to sit up due to a wound on my back, which made it a bit difficult to record videos. You know, the setting wasn't correct, the sound wasn't correct, so that's why we've been so scarce over the past month. But we are back now. As you can see, I'm in my wheelchair, looking good, looking fly. It's winter in Gauteng of South Africa, so it's not exactly the warmest at the moment, but as you can see from the steam coming from my mouth when I talk, just to give you a little bit of an update about what's happening in the life of Dan Lombard. But let's get stuck in. So the last episode we discussed anxiety and how it is something that generally most people will suffer from in some sort of way. So I mean, you get anxious before buying your first car, or before your big exam, or before your wedding day. It's completely natural. It's only once it becomes something that hinders your life where it is seen as a problem. Now, one of the things that you can do over and above the methods that I taught in the previous episode, which you can go back and watch it anytime, I'll put the link in the description of the video, is learning to control the controllables and letting go of stuff that you do not have control over. It's probably one of the hardest things you have to learn as a human being, because naturally we worry about things that we don't have direct control over. So if we have to rely on a person who's baking the wedding cake, we get anxious about it because it's not us that's baking the actual cake, so we have no control over the process. So it's a completely natural thing to worry about the uncontrollable, but worrying about the uncontrollable can lead to a lot higher stress levels. Your anxiety will shoot through the roof. You probably won't be a very nice person to be around. So it's important to understand, control what you can. And you know, to go back to a journey that I went on in my own life after I broke my neck and severed my spinal cord, is that one of the reasons I'm able to move on from this accident and move on from the trauma is because I accepted change, which is the mantra I stand by. The only way you can move past trauma is to accept change. And one of the things I had to accept is that I had no control over my accident, in the sense of it happened. I couldn't stop it. I mean, I could have maybe done things a bit differently, but the what ifs are if I spend my life worrying about the what ifs, I'm going to spend the next 70 years of my life worrying about something I don't have control over. What is the point of doing that? You literally just going to cause yourself misery. So I learned from a very young age, and I brought that in to the rest of my life. So when things happen regarding my disability and I have no control over it, I don't worry about it. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's not lacquer to have an accident when you're having a lacquer coffee with a beautiful girl and the next moment your pants are soiled. It's not fun. It's actually pretty cuck, to excuse the French. But it is what it is. I can't control it. I can only manage it. So hopefully you've learned something from me. I haven't, today's lesson, or today's topic, rather, I wouldn't call it a lesson. I'm by no means a teacher yet. But today's message basically is just a little bit of reflection into my own life and how I deal with certain things. And honestly, not worrying about the uncontrollables has improved my quality of life tenfold. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So please share this video far and wide. If it helped you in any way, write down below. Subscribe. Do all the things that people ask you to do on these types of videos. And hopefully you learned something, because that's why I'm doing this. Thank you, and join us soon for the next episode of Mind Matters.